easy to dislike her. But the point about her is that in her own terms, she is an astonishing success.
She landed this prince. That's what she was out for. We know that she was hunting for.
We know now in hindsight that Meghan never really intended to stay.
Fathers. So we have to include the men when we are self-glorifying. You know, there's got to be some acknowledgement there.
In his quill for a new edition of his book set to reveal.
They're not my favorite people, but the people I write about really are my favorite people.
And breaking tonight, the royal soap opera just took a deadly serious turn. A U.S. judge has flatly rejected Meghan Markle's request to block depositions in her half-sister Samantha Markle's defamation case. Translation: Meghan and Prince Harry are officially heading for interrogation under oath. And here's the kicker. One wrong answer could blow up brand Sussex for good. Tom Bower, the ruthless royal biographer, and Megyn Kelly, America's no-nonsense TV host, both came out swinging, live on air, tearing apart Meghan's credibility and raising one brutal question. Has Meghan Markle built her entire empire on lies? And is it about to collapse in open court? The stakes have never been higher. Because this isn't just another gossip headline. This is a legal time bomb. And once the fuse is lit, there's no turning back.
They're not my favorite people, but the people I write about really are my favorite people. It's very rare. I mean, you don't get up in the morning and love somebody, then write my sort of...
In his quill for a new edition of his book set to reveal huge secrets.
Samantha Markle has accused Meghan of outright fabrications in the couple's best-selling biography, Finding Freedom, and during that infamous 2021 Oprah interview. Samantha's lawyers are demanding Meghan admit to 38 separate claims, from her supposed single child, upbringing, to the timeline of when Samantha used the Markle name, to whether the late Queen or King Charles ever showed racist behavior. The judge didn't dismiss the case. Instead, he ordered depositions. That means lawyers will grill Meghan line by line, quote by quote, with sworn testimony.
Fathers. So we have to include the men when we are self-glorifying. You know, there's got to be some acknowledgement there.
And Harry? He's not off the hook. He too could be dragged into this web, forced to testify under oath about claims of racism and family betrayal. For a couple that thrives on carefully crafted PR stories, this courtroom cross-examination is their worst nightmare. No editing, no Netflix producers, no My Truth, just hard facts.
We know now in hindsight that Meghan never really intended to stay. Her guest list to her wedding showed her real ambition was to be a star.
Enter Tom Bower, author of Revenge, Meghan, Harry, and the War Between the Windsors. He told viewers point blank, "If I were Meghan, I'd be very worried tonight. She will have to answer for every contradiction, every exaggeration, every lie," he reminded audiences of Meghan's humiliating court slip in her UK lawsuit against the Mail on Sunday. She swore she had nothing to do with Finding Freedom, then admitted she had indeed cooperated through palace aides. The British judge gently called it a lapse of memory. But as Bower warns, American judges don't play nice. In U.S. courts, lapses aren't forgiven. They're exploited. That's where the suspense thickens. Because Meghan's brand survives only if her narrative holds. If it cracks in court, so does everything else. Megyn Kelly piled on, dissecting Meghan's strategy live on air. Kelly has long called Meghan manipulative, and in this latest takedown, she said the lawsuit is proof that Meghan's truth may not survive the courtroom.
She landed this prince. That's what she was out for. We know that she was hunting for someone of wealth, of notoriety in Great Britain, and she landed, the biggest you could land.
Kelly's sharpest line? In court, it's not about your truth. It's about the truth. And Meghan may not like the difference. That line went viral across Twitter/X within minutes, with users reposting clips under hashtags like hashtag Sussex Scandal and hashtag Truth on Trial. One user tweeted, "Megyn Kelly just nailed it." Meghan can't spin the jury like she spins Netflix. Facts don't lie. That sentiment captured the public mood. Fascination mixed with disbelief that this royal soap opera has turned into a potential courtroom crime thriller. Let's break down Samantha's key accusations. Meghan claimed she barely knew Samantha and grew up as an only child. Family records and old photos say otherwise. Meghan said Samantha only adopted the Markle surname once Meghan got engaged to Harry. Samantha insists she's used it for decades. Meghan's story about a beat-up Ford Explorer with a broken door? Samantha says it's pure fiction. Individually, they sound trivial, but in defamation law, small lies stack up like dominoes. And once one falls, the credibility of the whole story collapses. This is where the suspense turns to crime drama territory. Because if Meghan is proven to have knowingly lied, not just exaggerated, the fallout could be devastating.
Easy to dislike her. But the point about her is that in her own terms, she is an astonishing success. She came from nothing, not a very successful actress.
Across platforms, the digital jury is already in session. Reddit threads titled "Brand Sussex Imploding" are filled with users posting timelines of Meghan's alleged inconsistencies. On Twitter, one viral post read, "If Meghan lies under oath the way she did about finding freedom, Brand Sussex is done." Meanwhile, the Daily Mail blasted the headline, "Judge orders Meghan deposition. Duchess must face questions under oath." And The Telegraph ran with, "The Duchess and the Truth Test." The headlines keep amplifying one point. This case isn't about family squabbles anymore. It's about truth under penalty of perjury. Behind the scenes, Hollywood insiders are quietly distancing themselves. Meghan was notably absent from Oprah's lavish 69th birthday party, a gathering of A-list elites. Once upon a time, Meghan would have been front and center. Now, she's persona non grata. Tom Bower noted the irony. Oprah herself was burned by that 2021 interview, accused of giving Meghan a free pass instead of fact-checking. That single event damaged Oprah's journalistic credibility. Now, insiders whisper she won't risk another public tie to the Duchess. And then there are the Obamas. Once friendly with Meghan and Harry, the couple has kept them at arm's length. Reports suggest Barack and Michelle were uneasy about private conversations leaking. When the inner circle starts to pull away, the brand starts to rot from the inside. Adding fuel to the suspense, Meghan was recently spotted lunching with billionaire oil heir Gordon Getty at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Getty is 89 years old and worth billions. What was the meeting about? Fundraising? Networking? Buying influence? Nobody knows. But as Bower suggested, the optics couldn't be worse. At the very moment Meghan faces a legal reckoning, she's seen courting elderly billionaires behind closed doors. It feels like a crime thriller subplot. The Duchess meeting her mysterious backers while a legal noose tightens. Here's the brutal truth. Meghan and Harry's empire rests on one thing: their image as brave truth-tellers. Netflix deals, Spotify contracts, speaking tours. All of it depends on audiences believing their personal story. But if that story is legally discredited, if Meghan is caught in contradictions under oath, then the foundation shatters, and Hollywood is ruthless. Once the shine is gone, the deals dry up overnight. We've already seen signs. Spotify dropped them. Netflix is rumored to be cooling. Their approval ratings are at historic lows. As one Variety columnist bluntly wrote, "If Brand Sussex loses credibility, they lose everything." Think of this as a heist gone wrong. Meghan wanted to steal control of her narrative, to lock away the inconvenient truths and present only the polished version. But in chasing that control, she may have triggered the ultimate trap. Because in court, secrets don't stay buried. They're dragged into the light, piece by piece, until the puzzle shows the whole picture. And once the jury and the world sees the unfiltered story, There's no cover-up left. That's the suspense. That's the danger. And that's why Tom Bower and Megyn Kelly sound almost gleeful. They know this case could be the final act of Brand Sussex. While Meghan and Harry flail, William and Kate are sharpening their game. Kate has hired a new powerhouse private secretary, Alison Corfield, former campaign manager for celebrity chef Jamie Oliver. Why does that matter? Because Corfield is a strategist known for dominating headlines and shaping public image. Exactly the opposite of Meghan's unraveling narrative. As one Guardian article put it, Kate is modernizing with quiet confidence, while Meghan is burning bridges. The contrast couldn't be starker, and it's tilting the monarchy's future firmly in William and Kate's favor. So where does this leave Meghan? Cornered. The lawsuits are piling up. The allies are retreating. The Hollywood machine is turning cold. And now, the courtroom spotlight threatens to expose every inconsistency. She wanted to silence her critics with legal threats. Instead, she may have opened Pandora's box, unleashing a flood of scrutiny that even she cannot control. The suspense isn't whether cracks will appear. It's how deep the collapse will go once the first domino falls. At the end of the day, Meghan wanted the power to control her own story. But in chasing that power, she may have walked straight into a trap. Because in court, the truth has a way of clawing its way out. And once it does, there's no going back. So, is this the beginning of the end for Brand Sussex? Or can Meghan survive the legal firestorm and re-emerge stronger? What do you think? Will Meghan's deposition expose years of lies and sink Brand Sussex once and for all? Or will she find a way to outmaneuver Samantha Markle and her critics in court? Drop your thoughts, theories, and social media receipts in the comments below. This debate is about to explode. And don't forget to subscribe for more royal scandals, courtroom bombshells, and behind-the-scenes drama. Because if you thought this chapter was wild, wait until the next one breaks.